movement. I wanted to bring the latest hour on third movement. I thought we were live already. I wanted to bring a video to you guys. Actually, this is gonna start out as a hangout. I have a lot of stuff to say. A lot of stuff to get off my chest. And I haven't talked to you guys in a while. You guys know that I've been trying to upgrade everything, upgrade a lot of my equipment. A lot of my equipment is like super old, so I've been trying to upgrade so I can change the quality of the videos. Now I really now just waiting on upgrading my editing equipment to editing programs. I'm trying to wait till I got that. I got a new computer that I'm gonna do my editing from, and I'm probably do some of my live events from. Um, I got a lot of I got a lot of other stuff to make music backgrounds and different things. So to bring it to bring it more professional, I'm gonna try to go at this hard. I'm gonna try to go at this really really hard. I wanna bring the radio show back, the Blog Talk radio show, and really stay up on it. So I've been doing a lot of other stuff. I've been doing a lot of behind the scenes stuff, and then also I've been researching. One thing I try to do is try to bring videos to you guys that are going to help you, and really not try to put videos just to do them. So I've broken it down to quarters. The first quarter of this year, I put out a lot of video, and the focus was prayer. We did a lot of videos on prayer, a lot of videos, and we tried to do the podcast show, and we're gonna get back to doing podcasts. And we did some news, and I'm gonna get back to that. So this is kind of like to start you off to let you know where I've been and what I've been up to. I've really been I work a full-time job. I'm raising two kids and doing these videos. So there's some times I need to take off so I can get my study in and get home and check. So it's been fun. I love doing this. I love doing these videos. So the next half will start next week. The next quarter will start next week, and we're gonna do 3 more months of straight hard videos. I'm gonna give you guys a lot of stuff. We're gonna try to go deep into God's word and everything, and hopefully in the next quarter we can get this the live podcast going once a week, and I'm gonna try to get it going on try to get it out to you guys on Tuesdays. Hopefully, if things go the way I will go, where they've been going, we'll be doing the podcasts at the studio. There'll be no more office for you guys. There'll be no more work office for you guys. It'll be out the studio, and like I said, I've been setting that up. So I'm excited. I've been saying a lot. I haven't talked to you guys in a while. Just not want to forget anything. Oh yeah, the website. The website is up. We are at www.thirdmovement.org. Excuse me, I'm fighting something. Pray for me with this cold. But thirdmovement.org, you can go over there, and we're gonna have some blogs going up as early as this Friday, I believe. I want to have a blog going up as early as this Friday. A lot of times people say I say a lot of stuff, and I don't get it done. And that's just because my workload is so heavy. It'd be a lot of stuff I'm planning. I guess I need to start saying God willing. So I hope to put up a couple blogs as early as Friday, maybe even Thursday if God willing. And I want to try to get back to blogging weekly every Thursday. And you can find the blog at thirdmovement.org. Trying to see what else I wanted to go over with you guys. I'm also looking at the news in the background. I'm flipping between CNN and Fox, actually, and HLN and NBC and MSBC. So the whole idea of this video is to talk about what's going on down in Baltimore. I almost said Ferguson, but it seemed the same. But what's going down in Ferguson? I I've been discouraged with America, and I love America. I love the land. I love the ideals of America, but I've been discouraged with America. I've been discouraged with the way America has allowed itself to be so so much division. I let so much division have been so divisive. Um, it's we have to wake up and see what's going on, right? We have to see what's really going on. If it's not a black and white issue, it's a homosexual versus non-homosexual issues. If it's not that issue, it's a abortion is the issue. If abortion not the issue, it's the women versus men rights is the issue. I'm gonna talk about a lot of stuff in this video. I am gonna talk about a lot of stuff in this video because I think a lot of stuff is needed to be said in this video. And if you want to join me, you have to become my friend on Google Plus, and I'll give you an invite, and you can join in. Anything I do, I want to promote community. I want to promote the idea that we can all talk about it. I think the biggest problem in America right now is we don't talk. We don't talk about anything. We don't talk about how we feel about stuff. I have friends. I have white friends, black friends, Hispanic friends. I have all type of friends, and and the reason at times it can be controversial. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce my words today. Wow, this dude just jumped into a store. But that's something else. Let me get back to my rant, my little rant. So I have white friends who we just get together, man, and we just talk about issues. We lay issues out. We lay issues out from. I'm sorry. We lay issues out from gay gay marriage to racial inequality to Pokemon. Well, we don't really talk about Pokemon, but you get it. We talk about everything. It's not we get together and there's no such thing as okay, no political, no what to call it, no this, no sports, no. We talk about everything. We talk about how we feel about things, and truth is allowed. I understand that my white friends they came up in a way that's different than what I came up in. I know that I was raised differently than they were, and they was raised differently than me. That's the best way to put it. And we talk about the things. They'll come up to me and say, "Okay, D, why is this happening? Why do black people see it this way, that way, that way?" And it's not a racist thing. It's a I don't know thing. And I just tell them straight up, and they get understanding. Or I say, man, why white people do this or that or this and that, and it's not a racial thing. It's just all about understanding. But what happened is political correctness has crept in. Political correctness has crept in America, and now we are censoring ourselves because of something that people can be hurtful. But the people that are hurtful are the minority. It's not the majority that are hurtful. And we are censoring ourselves because of what the minority did. And the majority is really starting to fight each other because we're not getting understanding. A perfect example. I was posting a lot about I forget who got killed. I believe it was when Eric Garner got choked out. And I was posting a lot about what was coming up on my feed about this and that, this and that, this and that. And I had a friend, a white friend, that came up to me and emailed me. I said, "Dude, you're always posting this black hate or reverse racism thing, and it's not fair. I get back to posting about Jesus." And we had a conversation. I let him know what it was all about, why I was doing this, and he got some understanding. But so often now, I could have took that as disrespect, and next thing you know, I'm starting a war. But I think the thing that's lacking in America right now is understanding. Is that we don't take the time and just talk about it. One of the better lyrics I heard in the song was by NDIRE. I think the song is called Better People, and it quotes, what if black people would talk to white people? What if Republican people talk to Democratic people? What if the old people talk to the young people? It'll make us a better people all around. And that's what I think we need. That's what really needs to happen. I had a friend we were discussing. I tried to get him on. That's what I wanted to bring on in the last video, in the last hangout. And he said something that was really, really, really profound to me. He was like, "So this is what I think is going on." Then he asked me, out of all this going on, what do you think is the answer? What is it? What do you think is the cure for this? How do we get over this? He asked me that, and that's one thing that we're not doing is we're not asking questions about how to move on from this. We saying we need this is what this is what's happening. One side saying the other side is need saying they need to move on. Like they have no responsibility, right? White people are saying to black people, you need to move on. Like white people have no responsibility in this. Everybody has a responsibility because we're Americans. We are a group of people who living together in this country. Now you got some black people are saying, okay, we're living in a system of racism. We're living in a system where it benefits white people, and when white people hear that, they get upset and they say reverse racism. Now I'm right now. I'm not posing any side. I'm not speaking for black people. I'm not speaking for black white people. I'm in the middle. I'm just telling the truth. This is the truth. You may not like it on both sides, but the truth is that we all play a part in this. Everybody play a part in this. Think about this. There was a policeman that shot a black man in his back. Shot him in the back, cold blooded, unarmed, and then tried to even plant a taser on him. And there is a crowdfunding for this police defense. Crowdfunding for his defense. And the majority that's given to the crowdfunding is black. I mean, is white. I'm sorry, is white. That poses a problem to the African American society or the black society when you saying, okay, you see this guy got killed in cold blood, and you still think you still trying to get him money to defend himself. These are little things that on a white side you can do to really stop. Just not defend this guy and say, okay, the evidence is there. Let's believe the evidence. Like the evidence there that black people are getting killed, that black people are getting shot up. The evidence is there. But when white people ignore the evidence, that causes a problem. Now let's switch this. Let's talk this back to the black people. Let's take it to the black side. Well, actually, no. 'Cause I don't want to make it a black and white issue. I'm really not, and I don't want to make this. The issue is this is something that we need to talk about. We need to talk about. I would love for a white person who has defended the police that shot someone in the back. I would love to see. I would love to hear your side. I would love to hear why would you defend. Why would you defend this cop? Like that's one of the things I would love to hear. Excuse me. Then we have this notion out there. I'm sorry. We have this notion out there that it's because of the broken family, right? We have this is crazy. We have white people going to white people to hear what is going on in the black culture or what's going wrong in the black culture. If I want to hear about the white culture and what's going on in the white culture, I would go to a white person. Now, let's go. Let's take it back to the beginning. You're gonna say, well, you sounding the divisive because you said that there's a black culture and there's a white culture. That's not divisive. That's not. It's okay to have culture. Like my culture is different. My culture is fine. My culture is fine to have for white people to say I hang out with white people. That's fine. It's fine for me to say I hang out with black people. But when my culture influenced everything happening around me, no matter where I'm at, that's wrong. Like I can't let the black culture influence how I hang out with white people or how I hang out with Hispanic people. I can't let the black culture influence when I'm going out to a place where it's multicultural. It's fun, and I think that's the biggest misconception is that we can't have our own cultures. Like we can't like I heard somebody said I heard someone said a person said I don't date black people. A white person said I don't date black people. I heard the person said that's racist, and I thought that was the dumbest thing in the world. Right? I thought that was the dumbest thing in the world when I heard that. I was like, this person was raised around white people, and if she wants to close herself off to just white people, that's cool. That's cool. But she basically said, I don't date black people because that's not what I'm into. I'm into white people. Now, if she would have said that I don't date black people because of this or because of that, but and she started naming things that really didn't make no sense. Like I don't like their hair. I'm worried about having an interracial baby. All of that is foolishness, right? So we got to come to agreement that it's not wrong to have a culture. It's not wrong for white people to want to be around white people. It's not wrong for that. In my free time, there's time I don't want to be around nobody. Then there's time I want to go hang with my black friends. Then there's time I want to hang with my white friends. There's time I try to get both of them together. It's really not about what color at this point. It's about just getting together with different cultures, and it's okay. So a black person say, okay, I want to hang out with white people. For a white person say, I want to hang out with white people. That's fine. But when you are a teacher and your beliefs or your influence of how you was raised come upon people that's not of your color, that's the issue. You may be raised to say, okay, if you was raised around a number of white people, that's fine. But if you get in the class and then you sit the white kids with the white kids and the black kids with the black kids, there's something wrong with that. That's something wrong with it. And we got to have this talk. We got to have this conversation that says, okay, at times it's okay to be segregated. Like Chinese people are the Asian. I apologize. The Asian culture. They stick to themselves a lot. Is that racist? No, they just what they used to around. Now, if I go into a place that's majority Asian and they don't want me there because I'm black, that's an issue. That's a huge issue. So I got a text. This is very raw today. I'm sorry about the noise. I got a text. But yeah, so when when the influence of your culture influence other people around in a negative way, that's when there's an issue. It's not wrong for 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 white people to be white, for black people to be black people. Now I do think that when you go out your way when you go out your way to keep one culture free of the other culture, there's a problem. And take the example, church. The very premise of church is supposed to be all of God's children. All of God's children, the Jew and the Gentile coming together, right? It's all people coming together. But people will tell you, and it's the truth, the most segregated day is Sunday. And that's the issue where people are choosing their culture over everything, over what's important. And then Christians, we are not supposed to be that way. Our culture should not supersede any other culture. Paul and Peter got in a fight over that very thing in the book of Acts, because Peter, when he was around Jewish people, he followed Jewish customs. But when he got around what to call it people, when other people, he followed his customs, the Jewish customs. He wasn't multicultural. He didn't get in other communities and be friendly enough to say, okay, all right, Gentiles, you're saved Gentiles, so eating with you guys should be no problem. But he kept on, I'm not going to eat with the Gentiles. When he got around Gentiles, he acted a certain way. And Paul was like, no, that ain't how we supposed to be. We supposed to be all one. So it's okay to do the multicultural thing. It's okay to be your own culture, but when you let your culture influence everything around you, when you let your culture influence how you see black people, when you listen to those people who are in your culture and they're telling you how black people is this way or white people this way, it goes on in the black culture. There are many people, especially on YouTube, racist black people. Well, I'm sorry, black people can't be racist. Bigoted white people, black people. There are many bigoted black people, and there are even many bigoted black people that hate their own race. I'm not gonna call their names out, but and these are things that we have to call out. Bigotry. When your culture leads you to bigotry, there's a problem. There's a problem when your culture leads you to bigotry. And this goes for black, white, and Spanish or whatever. When your culture leads to bigotry, there's an issue. And that's the biggest issue in America, is our cultures leads us to bigotry. We don't understand that when it's okay to be in our culture. It's okay, and I'm turning like a broken phone or whatever, but it's okay to be in our culture. It's okay for me to be around black people and love to be around black people. But when black people start spreading our hate and stuff that's going to lead to bigotry, I have to check them or get from around them. It's okay for me to be around white people. But when their culture brings bigotry, I have the right to check them. And I think that's the biggest part of America, that we don't check people in our culture when this leads to bigotry. Man, black people married to black people is a beautiful thing. White people married to white people is a beautiful thing. As well as black people married to white people. That's a beautiful thing. All of this is beautiful. Matter of fact, if we go to the Bible, Moses' sister Miriam had a beef with Moses because Moses was married to a Ethiopian woman. Her customs were different. That's the first known in the Bible interracial marriage. First known was Moses and Miriam. I'm trying to think back as I'm speaking, but I'm pretty much I guess no. Well, it depends. It depends on the time of Ruth, when Ruth was, because Ruth was a Moabite, and what you call it was not a Moabite. So that would have been, but I think, but this was before before Ruth or whatever. But anyways, and the Bible is full of multiracial marriage, full of it, full of Ruth is probably the most beautiful story, because you're talking about the kinsman redeemer who redeemed this Moabite woman. They redeemed this woman that was not even a part of her people, but he still redeemed her. And then that was pointing to Jesus redeeming the Jew and the Gentile who was not a part of his people. But I don't understand how, when we look at the Bible, going back to Moses and Miriam, his sister, God gave her leprosy because of what she had to say about Moses' wife. God had an issue with her even having a problem with Moses being married to her. So this is the heart of God. The God does not want people to look at each other by Jew or Gentile or by color, black or white. God wants people to look at each other with love. It's okay. It's okay to have your culture. God when they were building the Tower of Babel, and it got so high, and God had to come in and say, that these people are wicked. They might have succeeded if we don't stop it. So he had to change their language. And changing language, he knew they were going to be multicultural. Matter of fact, the world was already multicultural. People get it twisted when they get into the Bible and they read that God chose a people, that God was only for those people. God was always for all people, but he wanted one people to really obey him, to show the world that they was not that even the people that he chose would not obey him. To show the world in the Old Testament, that was God showing love. That was God showing an abundance of love. People think that God is only love in the New Testament. No, God was love in the Old Testament. But God chose a people that he would love. If we look in the book of Hosea, when Hosea married the harlot, and no matter what she did or how much she went out on this brother, that he always had to go back and get her, because that was a picture of God's love with the whole idea of Israel. But when it comes down to Christ, it's all about a people that's gonna choose him, and he was gonna love like crazy. He's gonna love everybody like crazy. But if you chose him, whether Jew, Gentile, or whatever you is, black, white, Spanish, whatever you is, God was gonna love you extremely. Jesus was gonna love you so much that he will mirror a relationship of his love with us and call it marriage. So if you really want to know cool, the best interracial marriage is that marriage between Jesus and the world, because there's multicultural, multiracial, everything in this marriage. And if you're tripping about what you mean marriage, talking about a covenant. Marriage is nothing but a covenant between us and God, or a man and a woman and God. That's all marriage is. That's why when most people want to defend marriage, even in defending marriage against the homosexual, we should be fighting the covenant. It's a spiritual covenant and nothing else. And that's a whole nother, I ain't getting into that. So it's okay to have our culture and be a part of our culture and be for our culture. But when our culture, when our culture affect the way we see other people, that's the issue. So secondly, we need to be so first we need to be able to talk to people. We got to have this talk between black and white, whatever. Secondly, we have to be able to not let our culture influence hate, bigotry, or anything else against the other culture. We can't let our cultures influence that. Now, so now we get to the third issue with what's going on, right? We have to understand that there is benefits for black and white. Like think about this. There's benefits for black and white to be at each other. There's benefits for homosexual and the non-homosexuals to be at each other. There's benefits for the aborters and the non-aborters to be at each other. Like there's benefits. If we look at Jesus' words, right? Jesus said that how they were saying Jesus, he's doing this work of the devil. He get his power from the devil. And Jesus looked there and said, how can I get my powers from the devil and go against him? He said, a house divided should never stand. And if we look at America today, we was built on the very ideal of being united, right? The United States of America. But we might as well say we're the divided states of America, because we're so divided. And the 1%, they're together. Like the 1% is so together, and they are benefiting from race wars. They're benefiting from hatred. They're benefiting from all these things that's going on in America, right? If you wanna join in the conversation, if you're looking at this live and you want to join in the conversation, you gotta send me a friendship over to my Google Plus. I add you in the conversation. Excuse me, I'm fighting the cold here. But getting back to the conversation, we have, and it's like we don't see it, but we have a ruling class benefiting from every time we have a destruction. we have a ruling class that benefits from Democrats and Republicans. We have a ruling class that benefits from so many different things, so many different things. And I'm looking at everything from a far view with all these cops shooting up these black dudes, and with everybody rioting, and my Facebook is super multicultural. Like I have white, Spanish, Arab, everything on my Facebook, and I love it that way. And I'm looking at all the despairing marks calling people animals and all this and all that. And it's like we're falling right in line because somebody's gonna see that person called an animal. Next thing you know, it's gonna be a Twitter war. Or next thing you know, it's gonna be a YouTube comment war. And that is benefit from the people that is ruling, because think about it. If I didn't have time to fight you and I was out there trying to progress America, 'cause we have a lot of things that we need to do. I was telling some people, and they disagree, but man, we got to redo the roads. Like, think about it. Like, there's already technology out there where we can put panels in the road and we can light up the road at night. We can put panels in the road and the sidewalk lights be free just because they're taking things from the sun, and you basically can have a lighted area all night long with nothing, power and nothing, cost nothing. These are things. These are. Think about this. If we put these panels over and put them in every American house, right? You killed the light bill. You just kill it. Now that money could be sent to provide that we pay in light. That money can be sent to across the waters in Africa to help build Africa, right? But we do not use these ideas because we're so focused on hating each other. We're so focused on being divided, and the 1% is just laughing like, "Look at these fools!" Like, it is what it is. Look at these fools. Meanwhile, all the progress that we could be doing is just being abandoned, right? Just imagine if we can power a bridge. We can power a bridge, and this is just coming to my mind. We can power a bridge to at certain parts of the day widen itself to make it wider so more people can get to work. We can use the panels or whatever, I forget what they're called. Apologies, but we can use those panels to do stuff like that to make it widen. Like, just think about all the stuff that we can do, right? Just think about all the technology we can have if we focus on creating instead of hating. We have people that are online every day just going around and just hating people. Just I forget what they call them. Trolls. Just trolling. We have people just going around trolling. It's crazy. Excuse me, my mouth got dry. But we have all these, and people are just as innovative as they was back in the day. It's just that we lost focus. We lost focus, and that's a whole nother conversation of how we can make America better, through the resources and everything. A whole nother conversation, because there's so much we can do if we just got off this hate. If we just got off, I hate you because of your color, or because of your culture, or because of what you believe in. Like, it's so silly. I hate you because of your culture. Now, I want to be clear when I say this. I don't think Jesus would have ever hated anyone homosexual. That was not Jesus. But Jesus would not condone it. But he was not going to let that stop his movement of what he had to get done. Because he wanted to spread love. That was Jesus' movement, was to spread love. And no matter what, even if people was against it, Jesus moved on. There were times that Jesus would preach something that people hated. They were finna throw him out the mountain. Jesus bounced. Jesus got up out of there. I mean, like, barely escaping. So we talked about the first three things. We talked about the first one. We talked about if people actually talk to each other. Black people talk to white people talk to black people, Hispanic people. If we just got in conversations and let each other speak, that'll bring us so far closer than what we are right now. Then we talked about it's okay having your own community, but not letting your community lead to bigotry and hate. Then we just talked about the 1% and how we so divided. And the last thing we got to get over to overcome all this racism is media. Like media is horrible in our country, in the world. Like I seen today, I had no idea what was going on in Baltimore until I got on my tablet on Facebook. I don't really look at CNN and I don't mess with that. And the first thing I seen was them showing some dudes throwing stuff at the police or throwing stuff and beating up people in the crowd and everything. And that was a minute bit of people. That wasn't even 50%. I'm talking about that was more like 2-3% of what was going on. And they did the same thing back in Ferguson. It was so many peaceful people and they focused on the few negatives. And a lot of people go back and say a lot of them wasn't paid by the government. I ain't getting into that conspiracy. Um, but the media portray things the way they want them to be because it's gonna get them ratings, it's gonna make them money. To be honest with you, a black person who graduated from high school at the age of 12 and then graduated from college at the age of 16 and was on to IV to get his master to get her masters, that's not good news for some reason. Like people don't want to see that. So I guess we can't blame the media, but I am blaming the media, but they only putting out what the people want to see. But we gotta hold this media accountable. We can't just let them create what our reality is gonna be. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, man. This whole cop killing black thing it's at a high number, but they're doing the same thing to whites and Hispanics. They're doing the same thing to everybody, but they're putting the cameras more on the black people. They're putting the cameras more on the black people, and that is what's really being shown. And we have to get to a point where we gotta say, okay, we can't believe the media because they're gonna show their truth. They're gonna show what they want to show. Like just now, I was looking at the news and the streets was clear, and it was one dude walked by and he looked like he was a black dude. He looked like he was walking to work or something. He had like a uniform. I think he wanted to make down something. He looked like he was going to work, and the camera kept the eye on him like the whole time, just where he going. And like they were looking at the police and everything, like they wanted it to be an issue. And the dude was like, man, I'm just going to work. Don't put the camera on me. That's like what the face he gave me, like put the camera on me. So the media is going to show things the way they want to see it. But I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Most of these protests been peaceful. Like think about it. I think I seen where one car got messed up. The media is going to portray things the way it want to be, and we gotta stop. We gotta stop listening to the media. And I hate to say it, even alternative media, Alex Jones and them like that. They starting to portray things the way they want to portray things, right? And I think we need if you be honest with you, we need a mixture of the both. We need a more balance of a media from the I call it the elite media, and we need more of the media like the Alex Jones, the alternative media, to come together and kind of work together instead of trying to start alternative media to media. How about we work together? How about we put all our bias aside and say, okay, well, man, this is not fair. Let's see it this way. But at the end of the day, I guess it's money. So this has been my synopsis on everything that's going on. Listen, I can go deeper. I can go into the black culture, what the black culture needs to do, and I can go into the white culture, what the white culture needs to do, Hispanic culture, what the Hispanic culture what they need to do. But I'm gonna be honest with you, it's an American culture issue. People want to say the black family is dissipated, so is the white, so is the Hispanic. Like the numbers are catching up. So it's not even a black thing. It's not a black white thing. It's a division thing. We've been divided. And go over back to this whole video, and you'll understand my issues and what I'm talking about. I was gonna read a couple of news videos, but I don't want to no more. um, but I am gonna be next week. Starting next week, we're gonna come back with the podcast. And then we're gonna come back also with the with that. The Man That I Want to Be Serious series, talking to young men, telling them how to become better. And then we also going to come bring the Husband That I Want to Be series. Look out for the book, The Man That I Want to Be, and also the book, the Redeem Her book. It's going to be based on a story of Ruth, but it's going to be how us men and women, sometimes we need to look at each other and say, this person needs to redeem, instead of saying, okay, this person is not for me. I know that's crazy in our culture today, but we're throwing away good people because they're not what our ideas are. Or they don't fit our fairy tales. They don't have the Cinderella story ending. Which is crazy. So please go over to www.imthirdmovement.org and check us out. Like I said, this Thursday or Friday, I'm going to be trying to put out some new blogs. If God's willing, I'm trying to clear up some space and everything. Then and we got videos over there. We got teaching. If you want teachings on Christianity, you can find them at www.umthirdmovement.org, or you can find them at YouTube/umthirdmovement. Everything at Third Movement. On Twitter at Third Movement, but we gotta spell it out. IMTHIRD Movement. But yeah, so good conversation. I got some things off my chest. I don't know if I'm going to do another event. I'll probably do one this weekend if I can. But like I said, I've been working on getting my equipment better, and hopefully I don't have to do them out of my work office no more. I can do my videos from my home office, which I've been working on and I'm excited about. Like anything, we really need to pray for everything that's going down in Ferguson. Everything. I mean, I'm sorry, not Ferguson, Baltimore, and in Ferguson, but Baltimore. I don't think the people in Baltimore want it to get bad, but I think the media have a stake in it getting bad. The 1%ers also have a stake in it getting bad. Um, yeah, so we got to pray for this. And if you don't know Jesus as your Lord and Savior, if you don't have a relationship with Jesus Christ, it's a free gift. His relationship, it comes with more than salvation. Salvation is a big part of it. It's amazing. Salvation is beautiful, but it comes with more than salvation. It comes with peace. The Bible tells us in John 14, it said that his peace he give unto us, his peace he leave with us. Not the peace like the world give it, but the peace the way he get it. If we really want to see a good picture of Jesus' peace, he was in a boat. And the disciples they was all trying to cross this little sea or river or whatever, lake or whatever. And the wind started getting crazy, and these are fishermen, so they understand the seas and everything, and they started getting crazy, and they was in fear and they were scared. And Jesus was down on the sleep because he had a peace that passes understanding, right? And he got up and he spoke to the winds, peace be still. A lot of you right now are in situations where your situation is crazy, and you looking at me like, you telling me to tell your situation to be still, to tell your situation peace be still. Yes, but it won't be still unless it comes from a place in peace. Peace is practice. Peace is learned from Christ Jesus. So you have to have that relationship with Jesus to get that peace. And you can speak to your situation, peace be still. Your kid acting up. If you come to them from a situation of peace, you can tell your kid, peace be still, and he has nothing to do but to listen. I think that we talk about all the different things that Jesus left us, all the different gifts, but the most important gifts I think that he left us with was love and peace. Having that love no matter what somebody do to you, and having that peace no matter what's going on around you. Christianity is more than money. Getting in Christianity, your situation changing. A lot of times you come to Jesus and your situation won't change, but you will change in your situation, right? The things that made you cry, you just laughing them off now. You're moving on, and you tougher now. You can handle them. That's what Jesus gave us. That's what we have in Christ. So if you don't know Jesus as your Lord and Savior, all you gotta do is just ask Him in your heart and tell Him, ask Him to forgive you for all your sins that you committed, attention and unintentional, like everything, and then have a repenting hearts, and I don't want to do that no more. Everything that I've done, I don't want to do that more. He'll set them in his life, and he leave us with his spirit, the Holy Spirit, and he comes in and he just give us strength, and he just changes things in our life, and there's so much power in the Spirit of God, and everything is so much beautiful, so much beauty in the Spirit of God. So I hope this video helped you. Go and check us out at all the different places, and enjoy the rest of your night. Lace out Third Movement.